I'm doing the stream. It hasn't been quite 2 hours yet, so I figured I could burn a little time by jumping back into Pikmin 2. It's been a hot minute since I've last played this game, and I forget whose playthroughs all these belong to. But this one barely has any time in it, so I guess we'll go with that. I can't tell if the blue swirl means I've repaid the debt or if I 100%ed it. Oh, this is definitely a 100% save file. 21 days. That feels pretty short considering just how lenient and like how the whole day system doesn't really even matter anymore. But anyways, Halkatite Fright is a long, deep something. Until one day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Elamar, was yeeted into an uncharted planet. I forgot to mention, this is the Wii Play version of the game, ported to the Wii U. So you know what that means, guys? We get to have unshameful corporate buyout capitalism at its finest, brand recognition glory, without the censorship. And I just remembered, one of the censored... censored's a hard word, but that's what's funny about it, so I'm going to keep calling it censored. One of the censored treasures in this game is the very first one you get. So we get to show off the fine gameplay here. We get to show off the stuff that good old Nintendo doesn't want you to see anymore because they didn't have the rights to keep it going or whatever. We just have to sit through a cutscene first, which I'm conflicted if I want to talk through, read, because I do like the story of this game for how simple it is, or skip it all together so we can get right into the shameful part. Funny story about this, and I'm gonna assume that you've all played Pikmin 2 already with how old it is, and how the port's been out for a few days, but spoiler alerts to Pikmin 2, just in case. The whole line of the Space Bunny things. I have an infamous story of the one time I've actually spoiled a game for a good chunk of the community, and it was completely by accident. So, back in when forums still exist, Pikmin 2 recently just came out, so it was the talk of all the towns. I was playing for the game myself, and Pikmin 2 got brought up in the forums. I don't remember why, but I actually remember going, you know what, I find the whole Space Bunny story that Louie brought up complete bullshit. I bet he didn't lose the carrots to Space Bunny. I bet he ate them himself. And you know what? It was on that day that I found out that was exactly what happened in Pikmin 2, because everyone freaked out going, oh my god, you just spoiled Pikmin 2. And I'm like, wait, you're serious? That's what actually happened? Also, I was a young, naive kid, so I didn't actually say bullshit, but it felt like it would have been done disservice to the story if I didn't say it that way. I forgot that the president gets yeeted out of the way of that smoke clearing. Incredible. Man, I miss this game. It's been way too long since I've last played it. And the sad part is that that'll probably be a long time before I actually sit down and actually play this game proper. But we are at least going to play this game until we get to the blatant capitalism. And that will make it all worth it in of itself. Captain Elmer just can't catch a break here, can he? That was close. I have a verdict, a crash landing, running diagnosis. Alert, danger, Lily is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either following protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Lily before he freezes to death in this cold planet. Wait a moment, Luck. Hey, it's the bustling Red Friends. Could this be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. So much for that character development they got in Pikmin 1. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. But you can also hold B to make the sound your whistle carry farther. Remember? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it is. But I just feel all the hype. And it's gonna be a shame to let it go. Pikmin came to your side. They seem to remember you. Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instruction and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, then point at the screen. And release to throw it. Ta-da! Any special cutscene? No, the game's just gonna... Oh, there we go. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communication link with Louis. It is fortunate that we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. I just remembered to go to snow imprint. Lily, allow me to assess your condition as per safety protocol. Are you at all injured? Is that so? How disappointing! Our communications link shows that you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. Onion? And seemingly nothing but in our way between us and reuniting with the better captain of the group. Let's go! I'm sure we won't get road-sided almost immediately. Okay. Much less immediately than I thought. But there it is! Blatant capitalism! We did it! Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where your crash landed. How fortunate! I would like to praise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on control pad to zoom and do angles and fancy stuff like that. And we can't really do much of anything without Pikmin, so excuse me. Let's alleviate that, shall we? Let me get water because it's a miracle that I'm able to do that voice when my throat was already scratchy from Pikmin 1. You know what it is? I think I just remember what that day 2 file was all about. Like, I usually skip day 1 when practicing. I wouldn't call it speed running because it's not a matter of speed, it's a matter of doing the game in as few days as possible, but especially growing up, like, I would always try to challenge myself to actually do this game as in as few days as possible. So I would just have a save file that was day 2 and just reset back to it over and over every time I wanted to try again. Hold on, this is relevant. The seed of the onion ejected sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. I wonder what's for dinner. Why is the dinner staring right into my soul? Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can press... Okay, I think his voice is trying to get to me. I was trying to keep it going for this whole segment. But... at least... give myself a break until we're done with the tutorials. So... Olimar's description of the creature resembling Pick Cares was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Get him! Get him, Steve! You can save this entire franchise if you get him now. Get him before it's too late. Nah. Then we wouldn't have a video game if we didn't have Louis. Imagine... It's kind of a shame that our captain just has to stand around and wait for more Pikmin to grow. If only our captain had the ability to actually pick and drag pellets as well. Maybe a little jump mechanic, little stuff like that. It would all go a long way. So more seeds, because we have pellets plus onions equal Pikmin. That's basically how the song and dance goes. At least that's enough for the box. I thought they always give you extras, but maybe I'm mistaken. We don't have enough to claim our capitalistic prize quite yet. Oh, I forgot we have to dig it out. A little too late for that. Multitasking me probably could have, like, got some pigment digging while we were growing the other ones, but there ain't really too much we can do about that for now. Unfortunate, we only have 11. Don't know where that last one came from, but that's fine, because through the power of teamwork, we can finish laying it down that way. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo actions, and minus to change leaders. Whatever the case may be, our job ain't done quite yet. Like, I think if I recall, this is going to require way too many yet. More than we can grow in the tutorial stage. But not more that we can actually start doing something with our capitalism prize. So I'm going to actually play smart, and while the Pikmin are carrying that Bulbor back, I'm going to grow more Pikmin just in case we need a few little more. I do miss this part, ability just to be able to have two captains swap between them. Yeah, not quite enough. They do expect us to get everything. Come on, hut-two, hut-two, hut-two. I can move this thing faster in my sleep. Hut-two. 2, 4, hut-two, hut-two. Alright, that's 20 on the spot. Yeah. If I can tell, like, there's a lot of things from past Pikmin games I do miss from when I played Pikmin 4. And then I learned that they were almost immediately there, but I just had to... They were just tied to upgrades, and I wasn't quite sure how to really feel about that, because, like, I'm glad that they're there, and they're relatively cheap to buy, so you do, like, at least get them back almost immediately. But I'm not exactly a huge fan of when a game... It didn't quite feel right to have the game strip me of something that they already had, just to give me the thrill of rebuying it again. But again, like, it's more of a nitpick than anything because it's so cheap to get. It's so cheap to get that, like, as soon as it was unlocked, I basically had it back again. But I was almost ready to judge the game for being worse than the previous ones, just because I wasn't sure if those old features that made the first few games so enjoyable would be back in the first place. Alright. Not too much we can do until they carry it back at their slow... very slow pace. We might as well, like, we might as well get a full look at this thing. Because it doesn't come back for the remake. We might as well appreciate this fine piece of branding for all that it's worth before we say adieu to it. And yes, I know, I could just look at the treasures from the treasure screen. Oh, I wonder if the text... Oh my god! The description text is almost legible. Like, if I had slightly better eyesight, then it would be completely eligible. God, amount of... I know it's probably just a texture picture that they threw on top of it, but I still feel amazement over the fact they put the time to make the details of the volts and the disclaimer in the back, and now I'm really hyping myself up to actually take a full look at this thing. Let's see, rotate it here. Courage reactor. See, you can't really even get as good of a look at it from this screen as you could when it was out on the field. But too bad there isn't like an entire mode of the game where you can just look at all your stuff in the gallery or something. Oh, wait. I took the liberty of naming it when I praised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up of catchy names for our hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hecate, we must fly low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Imagine if you could leave Pikmin behind in this cutscene. I don't think you could even if you tried. But I also never had the courage to try. Like, why would you? It's a free 20 Pikmin that you're supposed to start off with the game with so you can be as optimal as possible. Why would you screw yourself over just for science? Oh well. I mean, we literally just did the tutorial day, but that was still fun. That was still fun to return back to this game. I had way more fun with that opening scene than I thought we would. That being said, it's getting kind of hot and warm out, so we probably will be wrapping up soon. I mean, I guess this is still... Let's go into what I really wanted to get a nice full look at this thing. Oh, I'm way too... I must be way too spoiled in the new games. You can't even... Oh, I guess if I hold down Z, I can sort of rotate it. But with that whole dark blurred effect, we can get a lot better of a view of it before we collected it than like this. So I guess it was kind of for the best that we took a nice good look at it while we could. Alright, Almarth Journal. We recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remember how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing chef parts. In my darkest hour, they were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? So... yeah, that's gonna do it for today.